Okay, guys, welcome back. Uh, yeah, it's amazing to see everyone again in real life here and see that everyone is networking, talking about e-commerce in person and not in a chat room. So hopefully from now on we only have in-person event in the future. Um, yeah, and we have the next speakers already sitting on the couch. Nina and Siebe from Klarna and Cabau. And they're gonna present quite an interesting case but about how to ensure that no cart is left behind. So over to you guys.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you. Yeah, welcome. My name is Siebe. I'm from Klarna, and I'm very happy that Cabau Lifestyle came over. Um, it's a new kid on the block. You started this year, and we're gonna talk about that a little bit later. Yeah, first to introduce a little bit more about Klarna. You obviously probably know us, but we are market leader globally in buy now, pay later services. And yeah, it's actually going quite well. We have 90 million shoppers nowadays that we serve globally. And we have a Klarna app. Maybe some of you already have it installed on your device. And 42 million people download our app already. And yeah, we process more than 2 million purchases a day. Important to know that have been going on recently is that we are moving from a payments company to a smooth shopping provider. So we're launching a lot of products beyond payments as well to help merchants increase their conversion and better serve their consumers. And most recently, we launched in Portugal this month, and we launched in Poland in September. So we are the buy now pay later solution with the largest reach globally of all the buy now pay later solutions out in the world. And we are a Swedish company, so we have our strongest footprint in Europe. However, we are really fast growing in the US as well. Yeah, what's cooking at the moment with Klarna? A lot of things is going on. Not sure if you know this guy in the middle, ASAP Rocky, big rapper from the US. He did a lockdown campaign with us. We're not going to show it today, but it's on YouTube. You should check it out. And one thing I am very excited about is that we launched this year an emissions tracker to track your CO2 footprint. We all love to shop, and we are a shopping provider. But yeah, we also try to make people a little bit conscious about their shopping behavior. And we do this in the Klarna app by showing your CO2 footprint, something that we launched this year. I'm really excited about that. And our neighbors from the south in Belgium, we have 1 million Belgians now that made a purchase with Klarna. Yeah, most recently, check out our app and try to shop in there as well, because there's something interesting going on. You can shop at a lot of shops there, and you have curated shopping lists, and there's a lot to discover. But what I want to talk about today, as we are here with our partners, and we talk about D2C and data-driven insight, is about on-site messaging. And on-site messaging is a tool that we have made freely available on Shopify. And we are very happy to see that Cabau Lifestyle is using it already. So what is on-site messaging all about? We have some, I'm not sure if we have show notes later on, but we will share the scientific insights about it with the show notes later. But customers shop for products in their perceived price range, and they want to, they want to shop, and maybe they see an expensive product that they think, okay, am I going to buy this, yes or no? And at Klarna, it's all about providing flexible payment options. So we have pay later, we have pay in 3, and we try to make it a flexible payment experience for the shopper. And most of the time, if they shop on your Shopify store, they are not aware of the purchase options. And what we have made is, and that brings frustration. So consumers are frustrated due to a lack of information available before the purchase. And therefore, we have noticed with this product that we launched is that shoppers change their minds about a purchase because of something they see or learn while browsing. So imagine you want to shop for your perceived price range and you see, for example, a cool Valoretti bike. And you have the new e-bike, well, it's about 2,000 euros. And you see you can split up the payment in 3. And that is what we can show with Onsite Messaging on the product page to your shopper. And yeah, in that way, we try to fill the gap between you as a merchant and the consumer. And this is how it looks like. You don't need to only provide a pay in 3 solution. You can also, for example, show a pay later solution. Here we see an example with Swarovski. And yeah, we've tested it with a lot of merchants, global merchants, and yeah, we've seen a conversion. They have seen a conversion increase of 9%, and also an increase in their average order values. For example, these shoes, super cool, but yeah, maybe you want to split it up in 4 interest-free payments. And this is exactly the widget which you can implement with the free tool that we offer on Shopify. And you can implement it everywhere. Like, it is available to you, and you are able to implement it on the product page. But you can also put it on the footer. You can also put it on your homepage. So it's completely up to you as a merchant where you would like to implement this. And from a consumer, if you're browsing from with Klarna or on the merchant web shop, and you're on your mobile device, you see the widget on your phone, and you can like check out with a single click. And yeah, that is from a consumer perspective how it looks on your website. We work with a lot of global players as Klarna. So you probably all know these brands. They already implemented on-site messaging. And I think the cool thing is that we also made yeah, this available as an app on Shopify. And your payment service provider doesn't play a role in this. So it's like a directly app that you can put online on your web shop. And I think it's yeah, it's available in the App Store. You can check it out. And the good thing is that Cabau Lifestyle also implemented it. So this is actually where we want to continue the conversation with. Cabau is offering it under their card. In Dutch, betaalpas over 14 dagen met Klarna. And they use a lot of other signals as well to their consumers that they believe drive more conversion. So enough about Klarna. Let's talk about Cabau Lifestyle. Nina, thank you very much for joining us.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Can you tell us a little bit more about Cabau Lifestyle and as a brand and your story and the purpose you are bringing to with Cabau Lifestyle?
Yeah, so Cabau Lifestyle was founded on the belief that physical and mental health are the foundation for intense happiness, which is reflected in success on all fronts. The past decades have marked significant steps for female emancipation. We women have more rights than ever, but along with this, a pressure is put on them. Women have to achieve more, work harder, do better. And we're focusing so much on the outside world and what other people are thinking of us, whether they think we work hard enough, whether they think we've achieved enough. But through this, we forget about the most important thing. We forget about ourselves. We forget about who we are, what we stand for, and whether we're truly happy. And um, that is the most important thing why Cabau Lifestyle was founded, to empower women around the world and to be empowered by women. So we launched in February 2021, so we're still really young, startup. But we are now empowered by over dozens of people, dozens of women around the world. And it's a blessing to be empowered and empower so many women that spread and carry our mission.
Super cool. I think it's very impressive. Like, yeah, you launched, of course, on Shopify in February. It's very impressive to see like how many traction we have seen from Klarna with your shop, and also like that you have been so significantly in your results in like barely 10 months. And the second question I would like to ask is, you have an e-commerce platform and you're obviously like direct to consumer. How does it help you to utilize data-driven insights, and how do you use it to reach more shoppers in your daily day-to-day basis?
Yeah, so we work with Shopify, it's an e-commerce platform, which enables us to focus on our marketing activities. As Shopify takes away the whole technical part. The whole technical part is outsourced to Shopify, so they take care of hosting, website maintenance. So it allows us to focus on the growth of our organization, which is really important, especially in this stage. And we believe that the success lies in the connection you have with the customer and the experience the customer has with your brand. You can design the most unique product, but there will always be a brand offering exactly the same product for exactly the same quality. So you got people to buy you, to choose you for who you are and the experience you're offering. And at Cabau, that is our focus: customer experience and customer journey to storytelling activities. Like Cabau's story is told in everything we do, everything we own. So the design of our packages, the words we use in our advertising, the people we collaborate with, the partners we have, it is all based on the story we want to communicate to our customer. But in order to tell that story and for people to save that story in their memories, visibility is key. So you need to be at every place the customer is. You need to know the customer like you know your own sister. And you can only do that by collecting as much as customer data as possible. You need to know how the customer makes their decisions, what the needs of the customer are, what the behavior of the customer is. And in that way, by collecting all that data of the customer, you can be at the place the customer is, but also be at the place where they don't expect you and surprise them. And I think that is the true value of collecting data. And it's not only about collecting data, it's rather acting upon it. That's really important.
Cool. I think we also from Klarna we try to do QBRs with our merchants, where we try to show as much as data as possible about the demographics, like data about gender and age, and and you have your systems yourself as well, where you try to understand your shoppers better. Are there any remarkable demographics that you have found and that you didn't expect when you launched? Like you probably had a certain group in mind, like we're gonna make this product for this age group, or like this type of customer. Have you been surprised in anything you've seen so far?
Yes, we have. So the funny thing is that when we launched, we really expected that our customer group would be around 20, 30 years old. You know, Yolanta is our main marketing channel. And she has a lot of young followers, a lot of young girls that look up to her. So we expected our customer to be in between 20, 30 years old. So our whole storytelling and our whole tone of voice was adapted to that. So we use a lot of modern words, we use a lot of "hey babe" and that kind of stuff. But now what we see after a few months, we really see that our average customer is around 36 years old. So we had to change our tone of voice. We had to change the way we communicate with our customers. That is the most important thing. The way you communicate with your customer, the words you use, that is really important for their experience. So that is something we definitely had to change. Another funny thing was that by collecting a lot of data, analyzing a lot of data, we see that a lot of women that order at the website are really focused on losing weight. So they buy a lot of fat burners, which is a drink that keeps you energized throughout the day. But they also buy a lot of meal replacement shakes that could help them losing weight. So we really saw that back in our data, and we had to respond to that. So we created a Bloom transformation plan, which is characterized by a full meal plan and workout plan in which people could lose weight within 40 days. And we created a private Facebook group for that, in which people could interact with each other, real customers could talk to each other, inspire each other. And now that group is still really important for us, as it is a group full of customers talking to each other, empowering each other, inspiring each other. So it really resonates with our mission. But it's also really beneficial because we see that group as kind of like a panel. So if we have a question about a product, or if we want to analyze more customer needs, new customer problems, we can look in that group. So we have a team of people analyzing that group day in, day out.
Cool. I would be interested. Like you started from February, as you said, and yeah, you've learned a lot along the way. You're super busy. You finished yesterday at 9 p.m. You just told me. It's the first year. A lot of things happens, and you have a lot. Yeah, you have a big brand out there with Jolante Cabau. Of course, everybody here in the room probably knows her.
She couldn't come. She was in LA. Sorry.
What would you describe as like the top 3 challenges in like you have now some traction going on, but like scaling it further forward? Like what do you see as your top 3 challenges currently?
Yeah. So like you said, part of our success really relies on Jolante's online and offline reach and popularity. Nowadays, offline banners have been transformed into social media adverts. Magazine ads have been competing against influencer marketing campaigns. So Jolante's online platform, that includes over 1 million people today, is a marketing channel in itself, with which we are able to reach a tremendous amount of people on a more personal, non-advertising level. So it's a big part of our marketing, resonates with Jolante, and that is also a weakness, especially abroad. At the moment, we are in the process of expanding our brand to Germany and other European states. And what we see is that Jolante is not as well known there as she is in the Netherlands. So actually one marketing channel is dropped. So we needed to create a whole new marketing strategy, whole new marketing funnels. We needed to position our brand in a new way. And that's a challenge, especially as a startup. So yeah, and another thing is data. We collect a lot of data. We use a lot of different platforms to collect data. And it's a challenge for us, especially because we're still with a relatively small team. We're with 18 people, I guess. So relatively small team to collect and analyze all data. But we really do see that the future lies in analysis, and the future lies in measurement, collecting data, analyzing data, and acting upon that. But yeah, it's a challenge.
I can imagine. Especially, it's funny that you say about Jolante and Germany that you want to go after. We had like an influencer platform. It's called Apparel. We just launched it with Klarna, and you already had a meeting with us on that. Like, how could you utilize influencers there and approach local influencers? How is that going currently? Like, is anything popping in Germany with local influencers or?
Yeah, we're still working on our plan, or an expansion plan to Germany. I have to say we have so many things coming up, and especially like the end of this year, there are so many things. So we said, okay, we need focus. So we're now going to focus on, we are in a few weeks launching a new collection, a home collection. So we said, okay, we're now going to focus on the home collection. We're going to focus on the Christmas days. And then next year we will focus on Germany. Because what we see is that as a startup, there are so many things. You want so many things. You want to go that way, you want to go that way, you want to go that way, but you can't do that all the time. So you need to keep your focus. So yeah, but we're still working on Germany, but yeah, it will be our next year's priority.
Great. I have a last question. It's about you obviously use on-site messaging on your website, and we found already that it increases the perceived purchasing power for consumers. Like, it's early to say, we launched it in August together. But are there what have you seen when you added Klarna, like on your web shop in general, like when you started in February?
Yeah, trust is so important in online sales, and allowing customers to pay afterwards after they've received their payment is a way to show them that you can be trusted as a partner, but it's also a way to respond to customer expectation in today's society. When I look at my own experience, I expect online web shops to offer a pay later option because it's so normalized in today's world. But not only responding to customer expectations, I think it is also really important that you focus on eliminating all the boundaries for that customers might have for ordering a product. So if they're in a doubt, or whether they think, oh, should I buy that product? Should I like that product? I don't know. I've never ordered with this website. We let them know that they can pay afterwards. So the boundary of paying something up front is eliminated. And personally, I also believe that it's a way of letting your customers know that you trust them, but also as a young company, it's a way to present ourselves as a partner of a legit recognized company such as Klarna. It's a way everything you do, the decisions you make, the people you collaborate with, it's all being seen, especially as a startup. It's all remembered, and it all contributes to your image and your reputation, and the mission you're striving for.
Yeah.
So Klarna is a new way, is the new way of online shopping. And as a young and modern company, we need to keep up with modern technology. It's the only way to keep up with the customer.
Great. Well, thank you for launching with us directly when you were starting out, and thanks for your participation. And
Yeah, thank you.
I hope if any have any questions, please ask, and otherwise I'll give the words to Martijn.
Are there any questions? Not that many questions.
Oh, there is a question.
There's a question in the back.
Have you found that using Klarna with your product has enabled customers who are unfamiliar with your brand to embrace you, where before they would be more hesitant?
Yeah, we have definitely seen in our data that our sales went up after using Klarna. I think the sale on every product went up after using Klarna, so it's definitely been seen. Yeah.
Any other questions?
Sorry? No, we see in our data, together with Siebe, we looked into the data of all the sales before using Klarna, the sales after using Klarna. They use a tool to kind of evaluate all that. And what we see is that our sales went up, but also the rate of our loyal customer. Now we have a loyal customer rate of 50%, which is a considerably high amount, meaning that 50% of our customer groups return to your website. So we not only eliminate the boundaries after using Klarna, but we also gain a lot more loyal customers.
I think also with on-site messaging, if you want to try it, like it will be super interesting to A/B test it on one specific product on your web shop and just A/B test it. But the funny thing was I was in touch with Leonard and I told him about the functionality, and he just enabled it on all the products, I believe. Is that correct? So that's very cool. So we don't have very good A/B test data for on-site messaging with Cabau, but I would recommend if you would like to try it, just try it on a product and check what the effect will be for a couple of months. But yeah, we did some tests with other retailers as well, and retailers are continuously doing other projects on the side as well, which can also impact the data. So we really recommend to have that product page not changed for a month or so if you want to test it.
Hey, did you guys notice a increase in returns or a pattern of people returning if they've bought with Klarna?
No, so we're selling food products. Most of our products that we sell are food products. They're fitness supplements. So they're sealed. So when people order them, they cannot return them.
Okay, sorry. Has there been any studies about the retention rate of them? The people who purchase with Klarna, are they more likely to come back than the average customer, or do you guys not have numbers about that?
I think we have numbers about that, but I'm not I don't can recall them right now. So I will look into it and I will come back to you.
Last question. Yes. Oh, you didn't have a question.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Super.